Hello students, let us learn from your mathematics part 2 topic number 1 basic concepts in geometry. Now in the book mathematics part 1 for standard ninth means your standard we have learned union and intersection of sets in the topic on sets. Now let us describe a segment, a ray and a line as sets of points. You know that if we'll take any two sets, then the union of that two sets means all the elements from that both sets. Suppose we had taken the set A and set B. I will show you here by an example. We'll take set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. And set B is equal to 2, 4, 6. Then union of set AB, we are writing as A union B, is equal to the set 1. Here 2 is same. So one time we will write it. Then 3, 4 is same in both the sets. So 4 and 6. This is your union of sets. Means here we are writing all the elements from set A as well as from set B. Now we will see the intersection of sets. Intersection of sets means if we will take the set A is equal to A, B, C, D and E, and set B is equal to A, E, I, O, U. Then the intersection of these two sets means here intersection means the common elements from both the sets. Here if you will see, then the common elements from both the sets are A and E. So by using these properties we will describe a segment, a ray and a line as sets of points. Now first we will see the line segment. Here they given that the union set of point A and point B and points between A and B means the point A, point B and points between A and B means these all points from A to B. A to B. These are called the segment AB. In short, we are writing as SEG, seg only, seg AB. Segment AB is written as seg AB in brief. Segment AB means segment BA, means we can write the segment name from point A to point B or from point B to point A. So segment AB and segment BA both are equal and we can write it by both the names. Now point A and point B are called the end points of segment AB. Here if you will see the segment AB, it starts from point A and ends at point B. And segment BA starts from point B and ends at point A. So here A and B, these are the end points of segment AB. Now they said that the distance between the end points of a segment AB, whatever segment they will give that distance, Here they given the segment AB, so we will calculate or we will measure the distance between the endpoints A and B. Whatever distance of these 2 points or in between these 2 points, this is known as the length of the segment. Here they given the distance. Again one time I will read it. The distance between the end points of a segment is called the length of the segment. That is, here length AB is equal to distance between the points A and B. Suppose here they given the length AB is equal to 5, then you can write as AB is equal to 5. So again one time I will repeat. The distance between the endpoints of a segment is called the length of the segment. Now we'll see the second point, that is ray AB. First of all, I will read from your book. Suppose A and B are two distinct points. You know it very well. The distinct points means they are far from each other. Means these points will not coincide with each other. The union set of all points on segment AB means the union set of all points on segment AB and the points P. Here they given the ray AB. Why we are saying it the ray AB? Because here the segment is given, that is the segment AB, and we extended this ray to point P. So here we are writing the name of ray is ray AB. Now the union set of all points on segment AB and the points P such that here they given that A dash B dash P means B is in between A and P is called ray AB. Here point A is called the starting point of the ray. Our previous standard you have studied this, the point which is known as the origin of that ray also. Here point A is known as the origin, ORIGIN, origin of this ray AB. We cannot say it as ray BA because ray can read from its origin point only. This keep in mind. Now we'll go to next point, that is line AB. Here they didn't give the figure of line, but I will draw here the figure of line AB. Here we have to draw first the line segment AB. If I will extend the line segment in both the sides of the endpoints A and B, then you will get the line AB. The union set of points on ray AB and opposite ray of ray AB is called line AB. The set of points of segment AB is a subset of points of line AB. Means this segment means the segment we are considering in between these 2 points, means here all points is coming in segment. So they given here this segment is the part of this line AB. Okay. Now next is congruent segments. Now only we have studied that congruent means they are equal in length or their distances are same. So here if you will see the segment AB, then the distance of segment AB and the distance of segment CD both are equal. So you can say that segment AB and segment CD are congruent with each other. I will read from your book. If the length of two segments is equal, then the two segments are congruent. So here they showed the congruent segments by the sign. Here they given the sign of the congruent segment. If length AB is congruent with length CD, means length AB and length CD, these are equal, then you can say that the segment AB congruent segment CD. Now we will see the properties of the congruent segments. There are three properties of congruent segments. These are reflexivity, symmetry and transitivity. So first of all, we will see the explanation of these three properties. First property is reflexivity. Reflexivity means every segment is congruent with itself. You will see here segment AB congruent segment AB, means here the length of both the segment is equal. Now second property is symmetry. Symmetry means if first segment is congruent with second segment, then you can say second segment is also congruent with first segment. This is known as symmetry. The given here, if segment AB is congruent with segment CD, then you can say segment CD is also congruent with segment AB. Now we will see the third property, that is transitivity. Now what is meant by transitivity? If first segment is congruent with second segment is congruent with third segment, then first segment is also congruent with third segment. Here they given the example. If segment AB is congruent with segment CD is congruent with the third segment, means segment EF, then we can say that the first segment, means segment AB, is congruent with the third segment, that is segment EF. So these three properties you have to keep in mind. Again one time I will repeat that properties: reflexivity, symmetry and transitivity. Reflexivity means each segment or every segment is congruent with itself. Symmetry means if one segment is congruent with second segment, or first segment is congruent with second segment, then the second segment is congruent with first segment. And the last property is transitivity. Here, if first segment is congruent with second segment is congruent with third segment, then you can say that first segment is congruent with third segment. Now next point is midpoint of a segment. By this midpoint, you understood that midpoint means middle point. Now, if you will see here figure number 1.9, they given here A dash M dash B, means here point M is in between A and B. And one more sign they showed here, that is the sign of equality, means here AM and BM they showed by equal signs. By this you will understand that here the segment AM and segment MB, these two segments are equal in length, so they are congruent. If A dash M dash B and these AM means AM and MB, these lengths are equal, then we can say that M is the midpoint of the given segment. Here they given the segment AB, so here M is the midpoint of segment AB. Keep in mind every segment has one and only one midpoint. Because look here, if we are saying midpoint means this midpoint makes the two equal parts of the given segment. So every segment has one and only one midpoint. The distances of AM and MB are equal. So again one time I will repeat this. If A dash M dash B and segment AM congruent segment MB, then M is called the midpoint of segment AB. Do you understand this? Now next point is comparison of segments. By comparison, these three signs will come in your mind. This and this. Now by third sign there is equality, but first two signs they shows the comparison between any two objects or any two things. Now here we will see the comparison of segments. In figure number 1.10 they given two segments. If you will see here, there are two segments of different lengths. By observation you can understand it. Here you will see segment AB is smaller than segment CD. So we can write that this segment AB is less than segment CD, or we can write that CD is greater than AB. Okay. Now just see, if length of segment AB is less than the length of segment CD, it is written as segment AB less than, this sign shows less than, segment AB is less than segment CD, or you can say that segment CD is greater than segment AB. By observation or by finding the measure, you can understand the comparison between the two segments, or you can write the comparison between the two segments. Now next we will see, that is the perpendicularity of segment or rays. Now keep in mind, perpendicular means whatever angle the lines will make, it is exactly 90 degree. Here they showed the angle made by the lines AB and CD, or the line segment AB and the line CD. This angle is 90 degree. Here these all angles are 90 degrees. Means these are perpendicular lines. Now if the lines containing two segments, two rays or a ray and a segment are perpendicular to each other, then the two segments, two rays, or the segment and the ray are said to be perpendicular to each other. Means here the segment AB, and this CD, this is perpendicular, and you can say segment AB is perpendicular ray CD. Do you understand this? Means they will make the angle of 90 degree. Here AB is perpendicular line CD, or you can say segment AB perpendicular ray CD. Now next point is distance of a point from a line. Now we will see here segment CD perpendicular line AB, and the point D lies on the line AB. Then the length of CD, length of CD is called the distance of point C from line AB. Here this CD means this is the distance from this line AB. Okay. Line AB. The point D is called the foot of the perpendicular. This point D is known as the foot of the perpendicular, means we will get the perpendicular nearby the point D. Means whatever angle will be here, it is of 90 degree. So D is known as the foot of the perpendicular. If length CD is equal to A, then the point C is at a distance of A from the line AB. Means this distance of CD is A. Then this we can say that length CD is equal to A. Okay. So we had seen the points such as line segment, ray AB, line AB, congruent segments, then the properties of congruent segments, midpoint of a segment, comparison of segments, then perpendicularity of segments or rays, then the distance of a point from a line. By using these all information, you have to solve practice set 1.2. Be safe at your home. Solve every day. The practice sets depend on the information or the explanation given by your teacher. Okay, thank you. Bye.